markets. Would you please welcome Daniel to the stage? Good.
Thank you. Oh, I do have mic. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. Hello, D10e. How is everybody this morning? My name is Daniel Pineda. I am with OpenLedger. OpenLedger is a decentralized exchange that essentially you can trade cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Ether. It's also, what makes it unique is unlike Poloniex and Kraken, the order book is on a centralized server and they are a clearinghouse. On OpenLedger, the entire order book is on-chain, so that means all the peers are taking counterparty risk directly against each other. And also, it's very fast. It has gateways, so that if you want to connect your account to it, your fiat account, they have to get KYC'd up. So we also have multi-signature accounts, really fast. And they also provide crowdfunding solutions, right? So like they'll help you with your ICO, they'll provide the due diligence, the escrow. They've helped a few companies here. AppTrade just got funded. I'm also the creator of AppTrade. We got funded with a couple of other projects that got bundled. CryptAdvisor did about 5 million, Internet Coins about 4, I think d10e 10, and Incent about 8 or so. Now, there's a really exciting project coming out called Okash, where it's a debit card that you can spend your assets on your account on OpenLedger, which is pretty cool. And that is this month. Now, the platform also allows you to create your own turnkey cryptocurrencies. I don't recommend it as a US citizen, obviously, but you have the ability to do that if that's something that you want. And I'm going to shift gears a little bit here and talk about turnkey cryptocurrency solutions. And the reason why this is important is essentially we need to create tools that allow things to happen out of the box, right? So something that you set and you forget, and when you use it, you don't know that you're actually using a blockchain. It's just something that it's all set up, right? Now, as many of you know, the SEC has updated their classification of cryptocurrencies and tokens. Fiat digital cryptocurrencies is what they call it, or fiat digital money, which in our opinion is inaccurate, obviously. There's no way to isolate equity on a decentralized protocol, right? So we think they're wrong. Singapore also is following the United States and shooting itself in the foot. So now there's very few jurisdictions where you can actually basically issue tokens and in a compliant way, right? Now, one solution as a result of this environment, as many of you know, in Chicago, they're starting to take your blockchain apps at the border. So you have to, like, if you hold more than $10,000 in cryptocurrencies, any port of entry, you have to claim that now. So the environment is getting really strict and kind of tense, right? But that's not stopping droves of people, uninformed people, from entering the space. And I think cryptocurrency, or token creation, at a turnkey basis is very important to avoid, to help people avoid getting into a lot of trouble, right? Now, the only way that, very few ways they can do it now to raise capital on the blockchain in a compliant way is you have to travel to the jurisdiction. It's not enough to actually just have a foreign company registered, then you come back to your home state or your home country. That's not going to fly anymore. You literally have to fly to the jurisdiction, launch your token sale there, and never leave, which obviously you're giving up your citizenship in your own home country. So that's an option that a lot of people are not going to, adopt. Or you can transfer your rights to a foreign sponsor. This means 100% of your rights. That would be, you don't hold dividends, you don't hold equity, you're not in control of your own company. And this is exactly what we did with OpenLedger. OpenLedger is one of the most trusted, in my opinion, communities. Ronnie Bosey, a lot of trust, a lot of integrity in this guy, and we trust him to administer and handle our APPX token administration. We don't handle it, we're not the beneficiaries of our own token sale, and we don't touch any token revenue as well. And our favorite solution, this is new, this is very exciting. OpenLedger is going to be one of their first blockchains to tokenize factoring agreements. So it's more of an account receivables model at this stage, right? So we call it federated public offering, also known as collaborative funding. So many content creators, they can't take their collateral to a local bank and raise money that way or get a loan. They'll be laughed out of the bank. So when you come to AppTrade, you'll be able to bundle your collateral with others and be able to issue one token type back by a portfolio of digital goods. So that means each brand would contribute a portion of their earnings to a shared digital escrow. And that escrow would issue one token type backed by the collective revenue of the portfolio. So, fancy word here, it's called non-recourse factoring agreements. So it's revenue-based lending against pooled account receivables. And this is kind of what it looks like. You have one multi-sig account that creates tokens. The sponsors, aka investors, would buy those tokens. Revenue is allocated based on a leaderboard. So there's no human money transmission taking place. It's all algorithmic. Your position on this leaderboard determines how much of the lion's share you get of that token revenue coming in. Under a 2-year non-recourse agreement, we don't need equity. It's all cash flow based. So they would pool their earnings into a second payout account in which that would pay out the sponsors. And to dig a little bit deeper, this is crucial because it's getting really harder. It's getting much harder to raise capital in a compliant way. But what we have created here, without even knowing it, is regulation technology. I recently came across a conference where it was all regulation tech, and I didn't know about this world that it actually existed. And I had no idea that we were stumbling upon this model. And this model essentially invites the sponsors into the decision-making process so they have skin in the game, which creates what they call common enterprise. Common enterprise is essentially when you create a business and you together deposit your income or your cash into this account. So now it's just a business, not an investment situation. And the fact that there's no humans allocating the funds to the respective brands, we avoid becoming a money transmitter and a money services business as well. So this commonality is forced and is present in this model. And it's pretty cool. Go ahead. So our business model is simple. We only take, we make money, we raise money, and we broker the sale of these apps as well. So we're interested in increasing the listing price of the app. So this situation is important because it's going to look like Kickstarter and it's going to feel like Kickstarter. Our users don't care how Merkleized your hash functions are, and they don't care about elliptic curve mathematics. They don't know that. They just want to diversify the risk across a group of brands. Publishers, they don't want to see blockchain. They don't want to know anything about it. They just want to raise money without giving them equity on a 2-year basis. And this is exactly what we're intended to create with AppTrade. This model is an example of what we think turnkey token creation should look like, where when you launch a token, you're complying without even knowing it, which is pretty cool. So centralized funding sources are losing prestige. No one wants to pay money to raise money anymore, and no one wants to give up control. And term sheets are too intimate, right? I mean, when you get investments from a centralized source of funding, you're kind of under the hook. And tokens are really cool because unlike term sheets, you can cash them out, you can redeem them. Tokens are like the equivalent of taking your term sheet, tearing pieces of paper of your term sheet, and selling it off, liquidating, right? If you lose faith in entrepreneurs, you can trade it up to someone else, even if it's vested, right? Or if you want to shave off the top, same thing. Tearing off pieces of your term sheet and sell that off, which is pretty cool. And we say, don't date your investors. Don't marry them. Thank you. Oh yeah, these are the dates for our next ITOs coming up. For Okash, Pineda, d10e, and AppTrade. Any questions? The last slide. Cool. Thank you.
We do have a minute for questions, maybe like one or two. Anyone have a question? Yeah.
Do you see this being scalable to the point of being used in the securitization process?
I don't see why not.
Think banks would adopt it?
I think so, as an alternative asset class, yeah. In fact, we have a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. that wants to set up a legal framework for this as a
Repeat
new
the
asset
question?
class. Oh, I'm sorry,
Do
so
you
the
see this
question,
being scalable?
it is, like the government being, or banks being able to adopt this as an asset class, something that they can offer. And our vision is to franchise the business model in the sense that, not franchise, open source it, right? So that any bank or financial institution can open up their own brokerage divisions, act brokerage divisions, and launch these federated public offerings as a new way to raise a more efficient way to diversify your capital.
Any other questions?
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. So now we